Shit, what aren't they? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q Stream vibe here on Sunday in the kitchen. Patty, now I barely just got here on time because I was racing from a meeting, so couldn't make it out to Circo, but I'm here at Pat's because it was the closest to get to. Otherwise, I would have been streaming on the street as well, like you, Maddie. How are you, boys?
On the streets. Fantastic.
Sound like you're out of breath, mate.
Me or Petey? Maybe just because of the mask. Maybe I'll try and find a spot where I can take it off.
Well, you're allowed to take it off when you've got an excuse to take it off.
Like I'm doing Quarantine Stream.
Yes, or just have a coffee in your hand. Yeah, coffee or a banh mi.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and find a shop for such activities. I see a Vinmart ahead of me.
Whereabouts are you exactly?
Vinhomes.
Vinhomes.
Basson, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Hump Day, guys. I've got some exciting news. What do you want to hear first? Do you want exciting or very exciting?
Ooh, give me the very exciting. I want to hear the very exciting news.
Well, I better categorize this because they're both. I was going to put the other one as very excited, but I'll say this one just in case she's watching. Well, today's my anniversary with Mia. So.
Congratulations to you both.
Yes.
Well,
it was official I guess verbally, and it was also official on Facebook this day. I'd say since 2000.
This day. Wow.
2012, 13. Oh, when I did my first movie, 2013. So yeah, and the exciting news is our magic show we did prior COVID is in the works again. So we're going to be starting rehearsals again, and then we'll announce when things start to shape up. We'll announce an official date where the show will commence. And Pat's in the show, and Maddie, if you haven't seen it, I think you'll like it. It's a very intimate show for a guest of only 10 people max. It's a 1 hour show. You get some drinks and some cold cuts, and you get to see a magic show. And it is packaged around a Vietnamese story, like a cultural, famous Vietnamese story.
Yeah, it's really good.
So yeah, exciting. So look out for the trailers.
Seems like Maddie's buying some beers.
Unfortunately, nothing that exciting.
Can you get everyone on screen so we can see what you're getting?
Yeah, give me a sec. I just got to put the money away. I need both hands for this business.
Come on, mate. You should get one of those camera braces that you wear around your shoulder, and it just has the selfie stick automatically holding up. There you go.
Hey.
How you going, Sean? Oh, you got some earphones. Oh my goodness.
I got a little bit of earphones. You know?
Probably.
Oh my god, Sean! Finally got earphones.
That's what happens when you work in construction.
Got a new job and everything.
Yeah. Spend his first paycheck on it.
Yeah.
Wait, have you got a job now, Sean?
Yeah, I'm a construction worker.
Yeah, that's right. I saw your post. Fantastic. Congratulations on your job. Just don't ever come in near anything that I need built.
Yeah, you didn't even have safety shoes on.
No, dude, those are the safety shoes of Vietnam.
Didn't even have his helmet on.
Oh, should I ask these guys if you could get a transfer to Saigon?
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
probably.
please. Get the work.
Finally get this freak home.
Far out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, this is the Q stream with the Q squad. We're here on a Wednesday hump day. A couple of boys on location. We've got Matty roaming around Vin Homes and Alley Cat Sean on a break on his Bobcat, from his Bobcat. So we've got a few things we're going to talk about today. And I think to do with some dietary, a little bit of veganism. A little bit of veganism.
Dietary, huh?
It's definitely not me.
We were having a discussion recently if egg was real. Egg is actually part of vegan. Is it? It isn't, is it?
No.
It isn't.
Eggs, right? No.
Yeah. So this
Wait,
article
what?
here. Egg isn't considered. If you go true vegan, you shouldn't have egg in that diet.
Oh yeah, because of course it's an animal product. You're still eating like an animal product, right? Because it comes from chickens.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't eating it, you're still stealing it from a chicken.
Apparently, if you eat egg while you're a vegan, it's called ovo-vegetarian.
Ovo-vegetarian.
It's getting crazy these days.
Yeah, everything's got like. Look, can you be part-time meat eater? Like, is that okay? Yeah.
Sounds like it.
That's called being an omnivore. That's called being like a normal person.
Yeah. It's because after all, egg laying is a natural process, and it doesn't harm them in any way.
Yeah, but you're stealing it from them.
But it's still an animal, right?
Can I just ask? I've got like some machinery going on in the background. Is that coming through on the mic or no? Hopefully not.
No, you're good.
No,
You're good.
no,
I don't hear anything.
not at all. So
Actually,
vegan tuna is the next big frontier in plant-based industry. I wonder what the
Vegan?
texture would be like.
Vegan
So apparently all sorts of like vegan seafood is now coming out in the similar sort of vein as to Impossible Foods and Beyond Meat have been with especially beef. because I guess like a similar sort of problem, and a huge problem is that humanity is basically overfishing the oceans, and then all the farmed fish products are actually not good for you. So there's an article recently that like one of the worst things that you can eat with the highest level of like mercury and other heavy metals is like ocean tuna and ocean salmon. But the stuff that's like farmed essentially, even in relatively clean places, like just off the coast of Norway. So yeah, they basically have like these giant underwater cages where like tons and tons of fish breed and grow and then they're harvested. But because they're kept in such sort of limited sized conditions, it's still actually really not good for you. And then on top of that, I believe it was tuna or salmon. I can't remember which one it is. One of these fish, or maybe both, actually naturally accumulate heavy metals. So the recommendation is you limit how much of it you eat. Yeah.
It's tuna. Mio told me that as expensive as otoro is, like the fatty part of the tuna belly, tuna fish in general, comparatively to salmon, is an older fish. So they'll be in the ocean longer, and all the junk that's going in there, they'll be eating all that sort of shit longer, and so they would have more of that mess and unnecessary mercury and stuff that we'll be eating inside them. But I do like a good tuna sashimi, mate. It's one of my faves.
I love some sashimi, man.
So good, but I actually don't even mind. I actually don't even mind the canned tuna. Like I have no issues with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people hate it. A lot of people are like cat food or whatever, but I think it's great.
Oh, I love it.
I find it delicious.
John West, mate. The chili one, chili tuna. John West, $1 at Woolies.
Mate, that stuff was so good.
Like plain rice, that was so good.
With some rice, definitely.
With a fried egg, mate. If you really want to go exotic, chuck in a fried egg.
That's the one, man.
Yes. That's the one there.
They were like our school lunches, tuna sandwiches. Lightly buttered, white, soft, fluffy bread. Tuna, salt, pepper. Sometimes we put tomato, and then obviously Asians we get a little bit of soy sauce. Get that real salty in there. Fucking full sodium sandwich.
Full sodium.
So good though.
I still get the tuna sandwiches at Mini Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those are
really
pretty good actually from the Mini Stop or Circle K.
The cream, it's real creamy, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's got egg. It's got egg. The ones with you can split. One is tuna. The other one is like egg and mayo and whatever.
On that, on the subject of Australianism, I made a smashed avocado today. Not bad.
God. Where's the picture?
Look, it was one of them was very pretty, but I didn't take a photo. So I made two versions. One of them was. Do you guys know that Korean pepper paste, like the sweet and spicy pepper paste? I forget the name of it.
I think so.
Yeah, anyway, it's in like
everything, doesn't it?
Gochujang, yeah. So I used that instead of butter on the bread, and then put the avocado on top, a little salt, a little pepper. Oh my god, it was great. Highly recommend.
Awesome. Good old smashed avocado.
Smashed avo.
18 bucks
Didn't even cost me $18.
Luckily.
I need to make you guys my guac.
Yes, you do. That's very good. You boys need to taste the PD Magic guac.
The PD Magic Walk?
Sounds pretty good. When are we doing it?
Well, we'll have to do it with us three because old mate here has got a job.
Old mate here is busy and high phone.
I heard construction workers don't eat guacamole.
Oh, that's a real nice background there, Sean.
Yeah, I thought I'd take you guys
That's
out
the
here.
lake.
Look at that sunset. Look at that river. It's raining here.
Yeah, oh, fuck that. No, this is one of the lakes actually they have. There's like a few lakes around the city. This one's actually not that nice, but I mean, to me, it's a little beauty of a set.
It's quite picturesque.
Yeah, but around it's kind of dirty. But, okay.
Well, boys, since you mentioned Australia, Matty, with your smashed avocado, we have a new article about Aussies being allowed to leave Australia finally. As you guys know, a lot of the residents weren't able to leave the country. We weren't able to enter the country. But now, Australia to allow outbound travel for vaccinated residents starting next week. It's funny how everything just starts out of nowhere, right?
I'm pretty stoked about that. I actually, when I was living in Australia, I actually had to go through all of the bullshit of applying to the federal government, so like Home Affairs, to be permitted to leave. And they denied my first 3 applications just outright without any reason whatsoever. So yeah, that step of the process took like 3 months. So yeah, I had to apply 4 times and took like the 4th turn to actually be approved to leave. That was before I could even buy my flights or get my Vietnamese visa or anything like that. So yeah, that's great news for people who have, especially for people who have like family and overseas who are in desperate need of seeing them. That you no longer have to do that.
That's good. I mean, I can imagine Melbourne having a different set of rules because they're still very different. Victoria is still very different from the rest of Australia in terms of the travel front. There's a specific set of rules that Queensland's put for its borders only to Victorians, which is weird. So,
I guess Victorians were the diseased state for a long time, right? That's why they had like such horrible lockdowns.
The beers, mate. They're all on the beers. That's it. They're on the beers.
Beers or nose beers?
Nose beers.
Nose beers.
Nose beers, huh?
But it says here, guys, key points of the article. It says all fully vaccinated Australian citizens and permanent residents will be able to leave the country without a special exemption on November 1st. Australians have been unable to travel abroad without a government waiver, which is what Maddie I was just saying, while thousands of fully vaccinated residents living abroad have been unable to return due to a cap on arrival. So yeah, it's definitely good. I know that for a fact because my mom is stuck in Australia, while my dad has been stuck in the Philippines for a little bit over 1.5 years now. So when I sent her this article, she was,
very excited.
Getting ready.
Yeah, she was over the moon that she could finally leave. Because we didn't really understand the ruling of leaving the country. Because you're not really technically spreading the virus by leaving the country.
When they come back, does that mean they're going to have to quarantine in Australia, or is that lifted?
I think it's by state. Some states have their own set of rules. Like Queensland has a new rule where supposedly if you come back from overseas, you have to, if you're fully vaxxed, if the country is already at like 90%, there is no quarantine. But if they're still at 70% or 80%, if they haven't reached that certain, then there'll be some 14-day quarantine. And I think it's still, it can be selective too. So you might be able to do it at home.
So like kind of like here.
I believe so. I was just reading this today. Apparently, in Victoria and New South Wales, you don't have to do hotel quarantine. I think it's like 7 days at home or something along those lines. Whereas in Queensland, we haven't moved with the times yet. So unfortunately, it's not so easy for Queensland yet.
Yeah, and this ruling also, by the way, boys, is majority for Singapore and Australia because they've opened this sort of trial of a travel bubble. And you know what's funny? Singapore being one of the best airports in the world, they opened up a specific lane for vaccinated people. Guess what it's called? It's called VTL, Vaccinated Travel Lane. So when you arrive at the airport, you can enter through the vaccinated travel lane as a short-term visitor.
I was hoping the acronym would be DTF.
Yeah. That would be pretty amazing, right?
DTF 19. Well, looks like there's movement all around the world. These restrictions being lifted, which is a good thing. Just getting
but yeah, it's good news, guys. Good news.
The world is changing.
The world is changing. That's good. That's good. So my parents My mum especially would want to visit family, so she'll probably sort out something, some sort of a lot of time aside so she can come. We lost my grandmother, a couple of years back, and Mum wasn't able to come to the funeral, and I was representing the family back home. So I think Mum would love to come back here to see her off.
So, will the rest of your family all visit, Petey?
My sister probably won't, because she's still got the shop and she's got the kids. But my mum and dad, because they're pretty much retired, they use all their time just to come up and help my sister and babysit the kids. So if anything, I don't think my dad would come. He'd probably stay and help my sister. But if anything, Mum would. Mum's more likely the one that would travel more. So.
How many brothers and sisters do you have, Petey?
Just a younger sister. But in Vietnam, I got a lot of brothers and sisters, bro. I got a lot.
Yes, you do. It's my sister, my brother, my sister.
Hey guys, nice job, Ali Cat, for the view. Matt saying thank you for the view. Sean, of where you're at. Giving us reasons why you're up there.
This and the construction work, of course.
Yes, of course.
I'm going to stroll down to the river as well.
Nice. We may as well stroll down to the river too, Paddy.
Yeah, let's all go to the river.
Let's all go down the river.
You guys aren't cool enough for that.
Oh, sorry.
While you guys are walking, we'll just cut to a quick 30-second pomo, and we'll come back. Some interesting updates on the financial world for you boys, for you crypto heads.
Crypto.
So don't go away.
Yes.
Welcome back to stream with Q Squad. Okay.
Q Squad.
We are in a new phase of money, ladies and gentlemen. MasterCard. After all these years of saying no, they are now saying
yeah.
No.
Patty, what do we got?
Yeah, MasterCard now says any bank of all merchants on its vast network can soon offer crypto services. So that means, anything as far as purchases, as far as going to announce that includes Bitcoin wallets, credit and debit cards that earn rewards in crypto, and enabling digital assets to be spent, and loyalty programs. So imagine you've signed up to this loyalty program with an airline or a hotel, and you're now being able to convert that as Bitcoin, which is pretty freaking amazing. Talk about mass adoption moving forward. Yeah, it's big. Imagine a payment network going through Bitcoin as well. Like Petey said, MasterCard has been holding off on this. Actually, a lot of people have been holding off on this. Even PayPal has heavily pushed it now, and now it's coming through to MasterCard. So it's gonna be very big.
Yeah, definitely. Huge step towards adoption. And I think this will spur, obviously, their biggest competitor, Visa, to also offer the same, which then is like the two biggest payment processors in the world. So, yeah, definitely a huge step towards adoption. I don't know, but having said that, it's been possible for a long time to accept payments. So, for example, I've got an online store, and I've got one of the payments enabled is basically accepting crypto through Coinbase. And so the integration between Shopify and Coinbase is pretty straightforward. It wasn't difficult to do, but obviously the fact that two such large legacy companies are offering this is a massive deal, because it will, I guess, give normal people the confidence to try out these things and to do new things. So yeah, exciting times.
No, I agree, and it's always thing that was always difficult in the crypto land was understanding how everything worked. A lot of people knew about cryptocurrency and about Bitcoin, but it's about how to actually use it. I mean, even myself, transferring from one wallet to another wallet is still pretty nerve-wracking because if you transfer to the wrong address to the wrong network, all that money is gone. So with now Mastercard integrating this into their payment system and the reward system, I think the masses, or let's say the general people, can now start to slowly understand how great this thing is moving forward.
Crypto to take over the world.
Good news for crypto.
It is good news considering we surged to all-time highs about 10, 12 days ago, recording $67,000. It's currently back down to around 60K at the moment. A little bit of retracement, but all good. Everything's moving forward.
Imagine that, going down to a mini stop and getting a tuna sandwich. So a vegan tuna sandwich, paying by Bitcoin, like 0.00, whatever the case it would be.
Yeah, or like
I'd love to try that. I would give that a go. I would give that a go just for the sake of it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but remember, when we were talking about this a while back, El Salvador, like Maddie said, you can go into McDonald's and pay for your McDonald's with Bitcoin.
Get your McChicken, your cordon bleu.
McChicken. Question from our guy Lam saying, you guys invest in crypto, like day trading, or just put in and hodl. I'm more the latter. I'm the latter. I mean, look, I check here and there. Pat reminds me to check. Pat also advises me, yo, you need to get rid of this, and then dump it into this. I'm like, okay, without hesitancy. I'm like, okay.
Just do what he says, because he's the day trader in this group here.
Financial advice. It's real financial.
Not financial
But then,
advice, but
I've
do
done a
this
couple of, I've done a
immediately,
couple of
Petey.
gigs. Yes. I've also done a couple of gigs for DeFi for you. So Adam had also, I guess, with the deal I did with him, I got some tokens out of that, and I staked it, and it's been staked.
Oh, did you get paid? Did you get paid in crypto, Petey?
Partly, yeah.
Payment method.
Hell yeah.
If you don't see Petey, he's at the Lambo dealership.
So
buying four.
Petey, we want to see you. We want to see you like live streaming from Lambo.
Mm-hmm. At your Lambo dealership.
Driving off.
My Lambo dealership.
And then telling us to come and getting us all one Lambo.
Yeah, exactly.
To answer Lum's question, for me, definitely just buy and hold, or hodl, I should say. I basically started getting in 2017, so towards the end of 2017, before the big pump that happened then. But since then, I basically haven't really sold many things at all. I've managed to hold on to pretty much everything. So those small, very, very small investments turned out to be quite good ones thus far, at least. But I'm not cashing out, so who knows? It could drop. It could go to zero. It's entirely possible.
Very nice. For myself, I would say, Lum, it's quite dangerous to day trade if you really don't know what you're doing, especially the traders that are using leverage. If you're doing leverage trading, futures trading, it's quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So I would be like the other two guys, or like these three guys, and buy and hold. Look for that long-term investment that's going to give you a nice payout instead of trying to get the quick gain in 10 minutes or during the day. Otherwise, you'll wipe out your account and your wallet if you don't know.
And your life will just be full of stress.
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down, up and down.
Up and down, up and down.
I would not suggest anyone to day trade if you don't know how to day trade. I mean, it's glamorous. Everyone's been posting on Facebook. Everyone's showing their gains, but they never show you their losses. So I'm telling you, do not use leverage if you don't know how to use it.
Yeah, it's funny when you mention that, because I've suddenly, since I guess since Doge first came big, like I see all these people on my Facebook newsfeed, like people that you had least expect would even have the slightest inkling about crypto or even
Anything.
day trading in stocks or whatever. And what they post is screenshots of the candlesticks and then just happy emojis. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what?
Just rockets, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
And that's
Like,
the thing. Like
you're not gonna get rich tomorrow.
you can screenshot a nice big candle and show it on your Facebook and be like, hey, look at this. But did you actually place the trade? Where did you place that trade? Are you FOMOing into something that's already a high value? I think Lum's got a question here. I just saw some derivatives where you can short or straddle. Is that something you guys are well, I straddle, but not finance.
I think this is more a subject for Sean.
Yeah. Sean the builder.
Construction hodler.
Yeah, but not to answer that question, shorting. Again, it's the same. It's the same as you doing leverage or futures trading. Basically, you're betting against the trend. So I wouldn't advise it if you had no idea of what you're doing.
Well, what's the next move, Pat? I'm just listening to you, mate. Quick question from Maddie. How can I get DeFi on the show? Maddie, I'll link you up with Adam for your podcast. I think it'd be great. He would love to be on there. As you know, that DeFi are trying to get to as many outlets as they can because they've got that big launch and obviously the new dig coin. They would love to get out as many outlets, and I think your network would have a lot of people interested as well. So I will hook you up with the chaplain from DeFi for you. Gents, well, maybe just Matthias and Patty, because Sean's not here. We got the EV bikes tomorrow. Yo.
Exciting.
So, sucks
Tomorrow,
to be you, Sean. Sucks to be you. Sucks to be you. AT, if you're still on the line, please still be on standby. We might need you. If you're free, you can come out and help us out in the morning. So that will be excellento.
Excelente.
Guys, so also back to the Movember thing, I registered and I put my name in there and everything. I don't think you can register as a group, but I can probably change my name and put it as, Q Squad or something like that. And then when we upload the photo, we upload it like all of us together. So I can do the mustache thing. Like, we just take one of each other and I'll put it together as one photo. So I'll get you to do the same distance as well, Sean. So then it's it's all consistent.
Sounds beautiful. Sounds golden.
I already like it's gonna look so funny because I use the filter to see what my face looks like when I'm no mustache, and it looks really like completely bare. It looks really, really weird. I'll bring it up for you guys to have a look. You guys are gonna be like, "What the hell?"
AT, I require a head start.
AT's had a 1 year head start.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you can get a year ahead of us. It's okay.
AT's registered for next year's Movember.
or even the next year's November 2023.
See that filter?
What is that?
It's like a baby.
The filter gets rid of your beard.
What is that? Oh my.
It's horrible, Petey.
So I posted that, and people goes, "Oh my god, don't grow it back now." I'm like, "It's just a filter." Yeah. So, when were we talking about? Remember the other day, Sean, you were talking about planets, and you brought up that they heard some radio sound. So I came across a YouTube video, and they were going around talking about projections on a new technology that can travel through a laser light So they were saying that they can possibly go from here, or send like a rover from here to Neptune or Uranus, around about that region, in 20, 25 years. Like that's the time it will take to get there.
That's how long it takes, 20 or 25 years.
No, with that new technology, so it's shortened.
Oh.
Without that, it would be heaps longer.
So we could like
quite
we
interesting.
could start streaming to Uranus, huh?
How do they make that calculation?
I don't know, because I even looked up this other fun fact thing, and they said that in 1982, Russia sent up a probe. 1982 sent up a probe that was able to orbit Venus and take pretty decent photos, because it claimed that it was the original photos. And then it was orbiting for around about 2 weeks. And what happens with these probes is they don't leave them to orbit. Like they have like a self-destruct thing where its coordinates will take it into the planet and it'll crash into the planet, and that's where it remains. And I'm thinking 1982. I'm like, fuck, really? That's a long distance to be able to send back data with the technology that we had then.
1982. That's a long time ago.
But the pictures look pretty unreal. Like it looks pretty crazy.
Oh wait, so we have photos?
So,
put it on screen.
Yeah, I want to see.
Well, it's from a video, but I'll bring it up on screen as well. Yeah, as you know, like they say Mercury is the closest to the sun, but it's actually not the hottest. The hottest is Venus because of the amount of nitrous and carbon dioxide it has that draws all the heat in. Is the reason why. Okay. The image of a solar system. Okay, let's try and get this up.
OT says, if you were a Jedi, what lightsaber color would you
What
have?
lightsaber color would you have? Yellow.
He said yellow is him.
Teal.
Yellow. Maybe turquoise.
Turquoise would be sick, actually. That's a really good, like, fluorescent.
I would have salmon. Salmon peach.
Salmon and peach. What about watermelon?
Ooh, do you want it with the seeds or without seeds?
Definitely with the seeds.
What about a shade of lychee?
Oh, you clowns.
Okay, are you ready for this? Okay, so I mean, I don't know how accurate it is, but let's have a look.
Yeah, 13.
It's like a pizza.
Wait, is that actually photos from the surface of which planet? No, this is Venus, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gardenia is down 11%. What in the hell? That
Looks miserable.
Desolate. Yeah, it looks bad. It's like scary.
Not
like
on
it's
my
full
list of places to visit.
Looks like it's full of
Magellan.
life, gents.
But yeah, I'll link you guys up for that video. I mean, it's interesting. But you know, like, surely it opens up a can of worms in terms of like the technology that we actually do have back then that was obviously not really released to the public in terms of capability. Even when back then the general public was only able to use specific hand cameras that wasn't even that great yet, you know, and let alone this camera is up there miles and miles and miles away taking photos and sending it back somehow.
How can we even know that it's real? Right, Petey?
That we
Don't know.
will never know. We don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just like the man on the moon.
It's not real, guys. Let's move on. It's not
Until we
real.
go, we cannot say it's real.
Do you believe there are bigger sharks out there than that we've explored or discovered?
Sharks?
Bigger fish.
Yeah.
Sharks or fish? Like
Me-
unknown fish.
The megalodons.
Do you reckon that's real? Do you reckon the megalodons are real?
I reckon
Fuck
it's real.
yeah. I'm
Like
for
that
real.
size?
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Definitely.
Because I think they've found like the fossils, like the teeth fossils, but I don't think they've actually found the jaw. The jaw is just something that they've made from what they've studied that would, accommodate that tooth size.
So interestingly, I think humanity has only explored something like 20% of the world's oceans. Like we know more about space than we do about the oceans, which is super interesting for me. But yeah, so there's certainly in that remaining unknown 80%, we're certainly going to find interesting shit that we don't know anything about currently.
You can't breathe in either area either. You can't breathe in space, you can't breathe underwater. So
Pretty much the same.
There's got to be a megalodon or a bigger fish, or even gigantor.
At least we've got footage underwater though.
That we do have.
yeah, but they use footage underwater for some of their spacewalks too, though,
True.
because that's what they
Do they
train.
really?
They train in a big pool. No, the training is in a big pool because that simulates a similar zero gravity simulation sort of thing. But there was speculation that they were uploading a couple of their training routines instead of the actual real footage because they weren't able to film the real footage. Who knows?
Underwater world.
Who knows? You know what? I mean, going back to that Jedi question, I don't think I've even watched any of the latest Star Wars.
I like the red one a lot.
But you want to know what's real
What?
is
Star Trek.
Ho Chi Minh City Authority revokes no alcohol for on-site dining.
Oh, what?
Cheers.
So, Maddie,
Yo.
you sent us this article.
I'm stoked about that. So previously the authorities were saying basically dining in will be permitted, but restaurants were not able to use air conditioning or serve alcoholic drinks. And the justification is that people basically get fucked up and then forget about social distancing rules and lose self-control. Which, yeah, you know what? I can kind of see that. It's obviously I don't want to hear it, but let's be real. We know what humans are like. I mean, I know what I'm like. So yeah, I certainly wouldn't argue with that.
I still reckon.
Now it looks like they've cancelled that second last bit. I don't know about the air conditioning, but it looks like restaurants will be able to serve alcoholic beverages from whenever it is. Actually, I haven't seen the date.
Does it say a date on it?
I still reckon. Let's just go hypothetic, and there was no alcohol on premise, and you're drinking just Jedi. People are still gonna yo, I'm so happy to be here.
Right?
Let's
We can all
Jedi.
Very true, but I don't know. Maybe they won't get fucked up and neglect social distancing rules. That's entirely possible as well. I don't know.
Plenty of ways to get fucked up without alcohol, mate.
Oh, mate, tell us about it. Did you bring any of those nose beers?
Instead of those beers, nose beers.
You got nose
Exactly,
beers instead
exactly.
of those beers.
Well, you got cookies and all that too. Remember, edibles. Yeah. Okay. Well, look. At least there's
Well,
going
that's
to
a
be
good sign.
on-site dining happening. We'll see what the
Good
stuff
news.
happens, so. Great news.
So that could be
Great news.
maybe this week or actually, well, they said October 31st they were going to allow dining in restaurants. So I wonder if Halloween they'll allow drinking and dining in.
Doubt it.
Say doubt it. Come on, Pat, give us some hope.
Yeah.
Give some faith.
Come back and give us some hope, mate.
Oh, there you go. That's actually a better one.
Just being realistic, Sean.
Yeah. Getting real, Sean.
They're only going to allow drinking once you're back.
Once the beer king comes back, that sounds about right. What's up with
He's
people
so
when beer
modest.
talking so much?
Matt says November 1st. I think so.
That's good. That's Monday. Can't wait for Monday.
Yes. November 1st. Thank you, Matty Cowan from the Bureau.
Although I have actually taken some trips down to District 7 just so that I could dine in, and totally worth it. Totally worth it. I mean, it's only realistically like a 15-minute ride, so I haven't had an
What's
issue
open out there?
doing it.
Pretty much everything, huh?
Hey, we're
No,
going to
I wouldn't
District
say
7
everything.
tomorrow.
So
Oh yeah, we are.
I
going
would
to District 7
say
tomorrow.
I would say probably like most restaurants and stuff are open, but I would say probably 2/3 or maybe 3/4 of them are takeaway only. So, I mean, you can tell pretty easily because they've got like tables and chairs across the front of the entrance, so you can't walk in, or they don't have like chairs and tables set up. But yeah, you just keep looking until you find a restaurant with tables and chairs, and they let you sit down, and then you can dine in. So yeah, it's quite nice.
Should we dine in tomorrow?
We should definitely dine in tomorrow.
We should dine in and park the EVs next to us and dine in.
Oof. Great idea.
Sorry, Sean. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry, mate.
No problem, guys. I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, you'd be riding your Bobcat anyway.
Yeah. You guys got the EV bikes. I'm on a Bobcat.
Yeah.
Let's race.
Up to the Wang Yao.
Well, let's cut to a quick 30, and then we can wrap up our final 10 minutes on the stream with some random news.
I'm dope.
And Bombo. Yo, welcome back to Q Stream with the Q Squad. Here on a Wednesday, Hump Day. Lads, cinemas are opening again.
Oh, 1st of November as well?
That I'm not sure, but me and Pat, we had ridden past a couple of cinemas, the independent cinemas, and they already started cleaning up and getting everything sorted again. So, looks like the James Bond movie, looks like, what else?
Definitely keen for the new Bond movie. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
June. Would they rerun June? Would they do June?
Yeah.
I think look, I have a feeling Vietnam's going to be playing a lot of movies that should have been out. That was already out in America. They'll sort of just backtrack it.
That we missed out on, yeah.
Missed out on, and
I would certainly watch June as well. Definitely down for both Bond and June.
What else is there? Was another good one coming out too.
New Venom.
Venom. Spider-Man. Batman, the new Batman.
New Batman. There's another Marvel one.
And I'm sure there'll be a string of Vietnamese ones as well, local ones as well, because I know some film productions were still able to shoot some of their films. So,
there's a new Ghostbusters.
it's gone back to the guys now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because look, not to say anything about the all-female cast, but it's
The original.
Now this is the thing. Like, and I'm not trying to take a stab at the whole equalism stuff, but recently, I don't know if you guys have seen on a post on Facebook, they were talking about having James Bond. James Bond doesn't have to be a Caucasian white male. And there was so much talk about it, and they were saying, "Oh, it can be this person, that person." I'm like, "What the hell?" A few people were jumping on saying that the history of it, based off the books, it wasn't like, I think in one of the early ones, it wasn't fully descriptive if he was Caucasian or not, but in time it became the sort of British Caucasian type guy, and that's fine for me. In history, as James Bond, as a white person, it should be left at that. And if anyone wants to do another spy hero, just make a new character. Like if an Asian was James Bond, he wouldn't be James Bond, he'd be James Newen. And if you didn't want to go off a English first name basis, then you can maybe go Long Newen, 007 or 069 or whatever the case is.
Long Newen, Kong Bay.
Long Newen, number 168.
Yeah, so what's your name? Newen. Long Newen. You know what I mean?
Agent, come by.
Like, I think it's getting really ridiculous when everyone's how we're in a world where all these sort of little things is getting picked at. That it doesn't have to, it can be a black person to be James Bond. A black person can be a spy person. Yes, he just
They
doesn't.
can't be James
They
Bond.
need to be James Bond. He can just be, you know,
That's
I don't know,
008.
like what's a
So that's like Captain America being the black guy now.
is it confirmed?
That's
Yeah.
happening,
Oh
right?
yeah, it is happening.
Yeah, that's confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I think one
It's
of the
being passed on
leaks,
to the black guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Nightwing or whatever it was.
Yeah, Nighthawk.
Nighthawk or something. I don't know.
Nightwing. Yeah.
What do you guys feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, I'd give it a go. Depends on how well they pull it off, I guess.
I mean, could they not?
I
Have
mean,
made another character?
I've been a massive fan of James Bond basically from the beginning. Like I've watched it from like I think I've watched all of them pretty much from the Sean Connery days onwards. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've liked pretty much all of the James Bonds. My least favorite was probably Roger Moore, and then there was a couple of other guys that were like a little less famous.
I like Roger Moore.
But you know, I think as if the movies remain entertaining and suitably gritty, I think you could easily build it into the storyline that James Bond wasn't actually his name. Maybe it was just his character or persona or alias. Exactly. Thank you for. Yeah. So you know, like I'd be willing to try it. Yeah. I'd still watch it. I'd still watch it, and then I would reserve my judgment for afterwards.
Now we're also considering it a female, and then people were saying what? So it's going to be Jane Bond?
Oh, come on, you can't do that.
Like, just have a separate spy character for that person. Then there's better identity.
Just create a new character. That's it.
Yeah, just add another character into it. Don't like take away from the main character.
Exactly.
That's fine.
So
Which
that's,
James Bond has done. He's always had different girls. You know?
Because the Philippines did it. They copied Spider-Man. They made their own one, but they called him Spider Boy.
Yeah, that's real cool. That's real cool.
What about Daddy Longlegs, mate? Daddy Longlegs.
Chappy Long.
Daddy Longlegs would have to be an Aussie character.
Wait, do you know what a Daddy Longleg is, Sean?
Yeah, like the spider, right? The ones that are harmless. Yeah,
the one, house ones. Apparently, they're quite venomous, but they don't bite.
Yeah,
Rarely, they're very rare.
They bite, but they're not dangerous to humans because their fangs can't penetrate the thickness of human skin. So that's the actual scientific answer. Full of fucking useless trivia, huh?
Because Sean's skin's super thin.
Super thin.
He likes it super thin because he likes the sensitive feels. He likes the sensitive feels.
Well, I told you, one of his legs is shaved and the other one's still hairy. So when he goes to bed, he can feel like he's next to a girl. How I know that? Don't ask me how.
I thought you were going to go, how I know that? Don't ask me how. Just remember October 24th for at Sean's place.
October 24th, 2017.
So what's the plans tonight, Sean?
I'm actually getting a little cafe soda right now.
A little drip coffee, actually, a little drip game happening.
Yeah, little drip.
Like a drip.
Got some yay tui. Yeah, some like baby goat or baby lamb.
You got some yay?
What? You got some yay?
And then I actually forgot a bunch of my clothes that I washed at the restaurant. So I was pretty drunk. So I have to go back and get those.
You left your dirty laundry at a restaurant. Great. It's going to be packed full of customers now. That's all good. They're not going to be drunk anyway.
There's no aircon anyway, so it's all good.
Guys, have you located Lotteria so we can try the squid burger or what? Tomorrow?
Maybe we can try it tomorrow.
Yeah, we can.
Try the squid
The
burger.
big Lotteria at District 7.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, massive one.
Yep, massive one.
We could try it on the EV.
So, guys, we need to decide what time we are meeting at Serco so we can take this taxi to pick up the bikes.
Okay.
Are we meeting at Circo?
Or you guys can meet at mine, because in that way you can just do the bikes at mine. Oh no, you need to.
Yeah, that's fine. We can meet at yours.
Yeah.
Sweet as.
Sweet is.
What time are we meeting at yours, Petey?
Anytime. The penthouse is open when you guys.
Oh, the penthouse. The penthouse is unlocked for VIPs only.
Sweet. Well, let's decide offline.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the hour of power and happy hour for today. If you have a happy hour around you, make sure you go get a drink. Maddie obviously started an hour earlier. So he's extra happy this time. Happy plus happy is extra happy. And we've lost Sean for a bit. So sorry, not sorry. But we'll see you guys tomorrow on the EVs. We'll take you on a journey. We'll be going out towards D7 and we'll be having the squid burger out there and riding around on the electrics. Oh, Sean's going to say goodbye real quickly. There he is.
Goodbye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
I heard you said you feel alone. Nothing is right.